Why the hell are you here, teacher? Is an anime I've been meaning to review for a while now. It originally aired in the spring of 2019 and has been somewhere on my watchlist. Not exactly a priority, as the first episode failed to leave a lasting impression, but still relevant for me to eventually give it a try. And here we are. Gotta say, the show is way more risque than I've anticipated. I remember it being a bit perverted, yet I was pleasantly surprised and terribly excited to see how much nudity this anime is actually willing to show. We get to see everything these girls have to offer, and they're all teachers, therefore will have hot mature women to choose from. Hell yeah. This is something new for anime, to solely focus on the sexy teacher fetish. Other harem anime had this cliché before, like Rosario plus Vampire, for example. That is one hot math teacher, and by far the most nasty and provocative female from the Yokai Academy.
Whoa, who the hell is that?
The hot math teacher, Ririko Kagame. You've never seen her? She was in the last episode, dude!
Anyhow, as I was saying, having a hot teacher be around you all the time sounds like a fetish, like quite fancy. Or how am I just about mature women flirting with teenage boys? It's like the new best thing. And yet the anime failed to be a prominent title in the ecchi genre. Shame, because I do consider it to be quite innovative and really rich in fanservice, which is the building block for any ecchi title. Yeah, we get to see so much ass and titties like there's no tomorrow. I was impressed by Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time for how raw and explicit the nudity was.
So, I was just thinking. Give me some of your junk spunk!
And even though this show is not a harem, I must say, why the hell are you here, teacher? It's even more female bodies shaking their private parts for the world to see. Now, despite the frequent nudity and perversion, this anime is actually cute and really funny. It's more about the characters and their reactions in certain awkward, embarrassing situations. Even though the show definitely emphasizes the boobs and the hips, it is their matched personalities and their naivety that take center stage in the series. It is so adorable to see opposing yet complementary personalities clash between teachers and their underage students.
My time's better spent drinking coffee at my booth, rather than wasting it listening to you apologize.
Oh, how cold.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of obvious that the age gap is a significant obstacle, but also adds the comedy and makes for some interesting dynamics as people awkwardly try to interact with each other. The anime is also short, and by that I mean we only get 10 minutes of screen time per episode, which is not enough to quench my thirst for knowledge. But it was a lot of fun and overall an easy watch. Also did enjoy the opening song. It has many artistic visuals, basically fan service, and also has fitting lyrics, consider the story we are about to experience. Alright, it's time to get a bit more specific. Now the show is structured between 4 different couples. The starting one seems the most prominent of them all. If I were to take an educated guess, I'd say Kana and Ichiro were the only couple the writer had in mind while making this show. And as he got a bit tired of recreating similar scenarios, they decided to add other female hot teachers that also like to flirt with their students and risk their jobs in the process. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the possibility of getting in trouble with authorities never became a subject in this anime, but even so, they surely know to keep their relationships private.
You have it all wrong. We are a couple.
What was that?
Just go along with it so we can resolve this without a fuss.
The anime starts with Ichiro trapped in the men's bathroom alongside his female teacher, Kana Kojima.
Why? Why the hell are you here, teacher?
He's particularly worried, given the fact that Kana has a reputation for being a ruthless, dominant teacher with fiery temper.
Even the school delinquents roll over and behave for this monster! Good morning, ma'am! I don't want to be stuck here with someone like her!
She was nicknamed Kojima the Demon, and her stare was enough to frighten any student.
Huh? This is my only change of clothes! Are you implying I should strip down naked?
Nothing like that!
Therefore Ichiro wasn't too thrilled to be next to her in such a vulnerable, casual way. At first it seems like the typical romance scenario. The woman is a tsundere and the guy is a clueless teenage boy who is completely unexperienced when it comes to love. While I like their dynamic, they have fitting personalities. Ichiro is a nice guy and Kana is aggressive and dominant on the exterior, but to get behind her tough attitude, you can see she's a sensitive and feminine woman.
Yesterday.
I am shocked to see this side of her. She's actually concerned about me.
But compare her with Ursa from Fairy Tail, the first introduced as a threat and a figure of authority, only to develop into a cool and kinda dorky, lovable character. I really enjoyed her character arc. The show itself found its structure alongside her development, and it was so cute to see her act shy and insecure towards the person she likes. Every scenario in this anime starts with the question, why are you here, teacher?
So let's just stop and ask. Why the hell are you here, teacher?
Which is thematic given the title. It worked especially well when Kana visited Ichiro's home and he found himself confronted with an unprecedented scenario. Kana gets wasted from just one sip of alcohol,
Drink up. Let's have some fun. All right.
which opens the door for a lot of awkward flirting, inappropriate grabbing between her and Ichiro. It was a lot of fun to see Kana remember how important a chance encounter with Ichiro a few years back was for her career.
It's all thanks to this boy that I was able to pursue my dream of becoming a teacher. Sometimes growing up requires all of your courage and just diving in.
Also, it was adorable to see her realize how Ichiro is definitely her type, as she was describing her wishes for a potential partner.
And be liked by children.
Another thing that worked for me in this particular scenario is I also had a third party interact with our couple. I referred to Saki Sato, who is Ichiro's mom. She's the childhood friend of Kana Kojima and likes to tease her about dating her son.
Something very specific I had in mind when I said take care of my son. What I'm trying to say is...
Kinda weird to have your friend enter your family through your offsprings.
Ichiro, listen up. I like Kana to the point that I want to have her as my daughter-in-law. You got it?
Oh well, she ain't that old, I guess. Next teacher on the list to get her freak on with a student is Mayu Matsukaze. She's a petite loli with big boobs archetype, who actually initiate contact with a student she has a crush on, namely Rin Suzuki.
You go first. Say
If this is a dream, don't wake me up!
I like this guy. He looks like a thug and definitely has the physique of someone who could easily kick my ass in a fight.
I was just saying your face looks like a villain from an 80s action flick.
Yeah, well, you know, I was just born this way.
But in actuality, he's a very kind and gentle guy. He's a good friend with Ichiro. Just until Ichiro got laid with Kana and abandoned him to motherball her booty.
Good luck, buddy! Please don't leave me! I won't survive, Sato!
Which left the ring open for Mayu to attack and trump him into submission. Mayu is a clumsy, frail girl, and it was to be expected for her to like the brooding strongman archetype.
Suzuki, why are you giving me a piggyback ride?
And Rin qualified perfectly for her fantasy. This is where the show goes full on fanservice. I mean, the scenarios with Kana were spicy and all, but by starting Mayu, we get the real edgy stuff. It goes extreme right from the start. Sad I cannot show much of their first clumsy encounter, but I can guarantee you it is hot and juicy, that they get completely wet. Otherwise, their interactions are mostly centering around the fact that Rin is strong and Mayu is impressed by his kindness and physical prowess. Next two couples I didn't enjoy that much, but are still extremely lewd with each other. We have Hikari Hazakura, who is the physical education teacher, and therefore has a tomboyish attitude.
Taka, why of all things did you choose something so risque?
Naturally, her soulmate was destined to be an insecure little boy, given her aggressive and dominant personality. At first, I was kinda disinterested in them as a couple, but I really enjoyed the edgy scenarios. They were outrageous and filled with perversion, and yet it felt kinda fitting, given their opposite yet complementary personalities. Last couple on the list is Chizuru Tachibana and Ko Tanaka. The other ones I was less interested in, maybe because I find Ko as bland and uninteresting. However, I do like Tachibana and her step personality. She reminds me of Origami Tobiichi from Data Life, and I'm a sucker for the silent perverted girl archetype.
Booyah.
So yeah, they also have some nice moments. The fan service is off the charts, man. bras and panties are getting ripped apart, exposing her treasure box into this.
Why are you wearing a bikini?
I thought it'd be fun to play in the water.
I give What the Hell Are You Here, Teacher? A 7 out of 10. I like this anime. If you like mature naked women, you will certainly enjoy this show.